Early access titles can be hit or miss, but fortunately we've been seeing far more hits recently. Here's 8 new games coming into early access this month that I think are worth your attention. Hey guys, it's Cody with Indie Game Pulse, let's get right into it. All the games on this list will be available on PC via Steam throughout early access, but if other platforms are planned, I'll be sure to mention those as well. Starting off with one of the more popular offerings this month, Scrapnaut saw a lot of positive feedback from their free prologue, which launched several months ago during the Autumn Games Festival. And the game has only carried that momentum forward into their early access launch on March 3rd. This top-down steampunk base builder also features an open world and lots of classic survival elements like exploration, foraging and farming, and resource management. I think the minimalist steampunk setting has really connected with a lot of folks, and with 4 of the 5 planned biomes already being in the early access version, it appears that we're getting a pretty advanced look at the game already. There is also a story involved that will continue to develop. The plan, according to the developer, is to stay in early access for around a year, during which time they'll be adding the 5th biome and endgame content, vehicles, and possibly even co-op play, although that's not a guarantee at this point. You can find Scrapnaut on Steam for $13.99. As always guys, links to purchase or wishlist will be in the description below. Siralim Ultimate is the 4th addition to the series, which began back in 2015 and comes from the developer Thylacine Studios. If you're wondering how the previous entries have fared, all of them have very positive Steam reviews, with Siralim 3 being overwhelmingly positive. Coming out this week on March 12th, Siralim Ultimate is a pixel art monster catching and battling RPG, and it comes with so many statistics and decisions it's kind of ridiculous. You will form and swap your team of 6 monsters to battle your way through randomly generated dungeons while collecting loot and upgrades to make your monsters grow ever stronger. With over 1,300 creatures already in the game and over 700 spells to cast, Siralim Ultimate is going to be a real brain burner. The developer has stated that they would like to spend less than 6 months in early access and are mostly using it as a way of gauging the balance of creatures and progression. However, hundreds of new creatures and spells, new realms to explore, additional gods to defeat, and much more will be added over this time too. Be sure to check out Siralim Ultimate beginning early access on Windows, Mac, and Linux, with consoles and mobile ports planned for the future. Tribal Hunter is an action platformer which actually came out on short notice late in February, but has been receiving very positive reviews on Steam so far. Up front, I am biased towards this one because of its adorable anime vibes. You play as a village guardian who can eat to grow in size, and then you can use that growth to become stronger, form projectiles, or as a magic or ability meter. But be careful, being large and in charge also has its downfalls, as you can become a larger target for enemy attacks and more susceptible to certain types of weapons. With 10 biomes and over 100 maps already to explore in this adorable world, this should deliver hours of fun playtime for you. The early access phase should be less than 6 months, as the developer looks to add in new mid-game content and further balance features as the community requests. If you're like me and can binge-watch entire seasons of drug cartel shows like Ozark in one weekend, now you too can become the head of a narcotics operation and virtually move to the tropics to launch El Capo Industries. Coming from the publisher Tiny Build and a development team which was recently acquired by them, Cartel Tycoon gives you the reins to grow money, hire a team of loyal individuals, work on public relations or blackmail, and assess and react to legal and rival threats to your business. Half farming sim, half city builder, half political sim, Cartel Tycoon looks like a delicate balancing act and a lot of fun. The team plans to add major content updates every 2 months until the full release, hopefully in Q3 of this year. In its current state, it already has a couple maps and scenarios, as well as a sandbox mode, which should keep you occupied for at least 10 to 15 hours. Cartel Tycoon comes to PC via Steam, GOG, and Epic Games on March 18th.
Growing and expanding the business.
At number 4, and another game which has already been launched this month, is Revita, a dungeon climbing roguelite. I say dungeon climbing because your nameless character will be climbing an ominous clock tower while clearing tight, randomized rooms of enemies on his way to the top, and hopefully on his way to recovering his lost memories. Using twin-stick shooting mechanics, the action here looks pretty frantic, and with some nice chunky pixel art graphics to boot. Along your journey, you'll have the option to exchange health for power-ups, along with some meta progression too in the subway system that you'll continually unlock. Filled with memorable masked characters, many monsters, and hopefully a fulfilling end to your child's amnesia, Revita is already out on PC via Steam for $14.99. With early access planned for the next 7 to 9 months, you can already explore the first 3 areas and defeat the subsequent bosses, as well as utilize over 150 trinkets or power-ups. Future updates will contain more levels, weapons, upgrades, more of everything essentially. I haven't seen an official announcement of this, but I would wager Revita will end up on consoles as well, given the nature of the gameplay and the history of the publishing team at Dear Villagers.
The High Priest has made himself an army with my element. Ignore what is mine.
On to our top 3, and a game which I personally think looks the most mysterious and intriguing, Moonray. In this third-person action RPG, you'll explore surreal and deadly landscapes in search of the sacred element needed to regain control of the planet. Regain control from what? Well, the dangerous cult members which now pervade the many worlds. This looks to be an intriguing tale of godly power and cultish authority, intertwined with challenging combat and lots of power-ups to find on your journey. However, this also appears to be the most bare-bones early access title from our list, and currently features the first level of story and combat. Over the next 12 to 18 months, the story will continue to be fleshed out, along with additional levels, enemies, and much more being added too. If you're looking for a more episodic early access experience, all with gorgeous aesthetics and a mystical story, Moonray may just be what you're looking for. It comes to PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam on March 31st. Our runner-up for the month of March is one I've been following for many moons now. Circuit Superstars is a lovely top-down racer which seeks to include all play levels, from those who just want to enjoy a casual couch co-op showdown, to those who want to grind and run time trials until they feel they're capable of taking on the best in the world. And I'll say it definitely appears to cater more towards the latter group of enthusiasts, with its variety of motorsport disciplines such as rallycross, Euro trucks, open-wheel single-seaters, and more. Some optional features to mention for the most hardcore racers is the tire degradation, fuel consumption, and engine wear, which will all need to be considered in your pit stop strategy. What's in the game right now is 7 tracks, 8 vehicles, local and online co-op racing and tournaments, and time trial modes which should keep you pretty busy over the next 6 to 12 months of early access. The developer plans to add more of everything mentioned, as well as a more robust single-player experience. You can play Circuit Superstars now on PC via Steam, and it will be coming to all consoles when it launches in full, with crossplay planned as well. If you want to keep finding the newest and best indie games and hear genuine reviews from an indie game fanatic like yourself, click the subscribe button and notification bell to make sure you don't miss another video. And at number 1 on our list is Dorfromantik. Coming to PC via Steam and itch.io, this beautifully relaxing landscape builder comes from a small team of 4 at Tucana Interactive and hopes to help you wind down with some relaxing music while creating an idyllic landscape. Using a randomized stack of layable tiles, you'll build your world one space at a time, trying to group up similar features for more points. And as you expand your map and discover new biomes, there are some fixed objects as well that will give you a long-term task toward unlocking new tiles and biomes. As you fulfill certain quests, you will add tiles to your stack, and your game ends when the stack is depleted. Over the next 6 to 9 months of early access, the game will expand from 3 biomes and 10 unlockable tiles, and also plans to include a creative mode and more methods to collect points in the classic mode. You can begin your calm walk through the lovely worlds of Dorfromantik on March 25th. That's gonna do it, guys. Thank you very much to my 401 subscribers for your support, and I look forward to getting to know more of you soon. For more top indie game countdowns and reviews, check out the videos on your screen now, and I'll see you on the other side.